reaching the age of 60 carries a deeper meaning in life. If you have arrived at this stage and your journey still continues, it means you are truly fortunate. God has granted you the chance to experience this age, and each morning greets you as a new beginning, a new opportunity. But even if you have not yet reached this milestone, you are still lucky, because you now have the opportunity to hear the wisdom that 60-year-olds have already experienced, and to embrace it earlier in your own life. No matter your age, every stage of life has its unique value. What truly matters is that within you remains the will to live, to learn, and to connect to life with stronger, healthier ties. Stoic philosophy has been a guiding beacon for humanity on this path for centuries, and now, under the light of that beacon, I offer you this video. It will provide you with valuable insights and experiences to help you live a richer, more balanced, and more peaceful life, regardless of your age. These lessons are meaningful for each and every one of you. Turning 60 is not merely another chapter. It is a new beginning. By now, you may have endured countless trials and traveled long, winding roads, yet at this very moment, you are presented with the opportunity to discover the deeper meaning, value, and true essence of life. This stage is not just about adding another number to your years. It is a time of greater serenity, less chaos, more calm, less rushing, more reflection. At 60, you begin to fully realize the impermanence of life. But instead of creating fear, this realization grants you new strength, the power of tranquility. You struggle less, and instead, you dive deeper into the richness of life. You enter a period where simplicity and meaning take center stage. So, how can you embrace this new phase of life with peace and wisdom? Let's explore together the secret behind the precious tranquility and wisdom found after turning 60. At this age, you come to understand that life is not only measured by what we gain, but also by what we are able to let go of. Memories collected over the years, hardships endured, missed opportunities, words left unspoken, all accumulate as a weight within us. In our younger years, carrying this weight may seem natural. We strive to achieve more, to prove ourselves to more people. But over time, we realize that true strength lies in freeing ourselves from the bonds of the past. Reaching 60 is one of life's greatest gifts, the ability to face the future openly and lightly, no longer weighed down by the traces of the past. We understand now that mistakes are normal. Regrets are part of being human. At this age, we can finally say to ourselves, I may not have done everything perfectly, but I have remained true to myself. Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting it. It means accepting what we have learned, forgiving the pains, and respectfully releasing the burdens that no longer belong with us. In this stage, there is no longer any need to carry resentments, broken hopes, or worrying about what others think of us. In truth, life whispers to us, now, lighten your load, be free, choose your own path. This feeling of freedom does not create a void inside. On the contrary, it allows tranquility, patience, and gratitude to grow. A quiet joy blooms within, the joy of embracing each fleeting moment of life, appreciating how delicate, beautiful, and temporary it truly is. Life is no longer a frantic race. Each morning becomes an opportunity to simply exist, to breathe, to smile with loved ones, to watch the steam rise from a cup of tea, to witness the pure beauty of being alive. At this age, you learn that the real art of life is not to carry yourself heavily, but to release yourself lightly, to lay down the heavy burdens, to refill the heart with simple joy and compassion. That is the beginning of true freedom. And the most beautiful part is, it is never too late to reach this freedom. Right now, wherever you are, no matter your age, you can untangle yourself from the chains of the past and gift yourself a new breath, a new life. Every burden you leave behind will help lift you to greater heights. Life begins now, and you are absolutely ready for this new beginning. When you turn 60, life teaches you a beautiful lesson. Time is not infinite, and the value of each moment is immeasurable. In our youth, we often saw time as an abundant resource that could easily be wasted. Tomorrows seemed endless, and opportunities appeared limitless. But as the years pass, we come to understand time is the most precious asset we have. and once it's gone, it never returns. At this age, you see more clearly what you want and what you wish to avoid. You no longer lose yourself in empty conversations, superficial relationships, or meaningless arguments. At this stage of life, you carefully choose who is worth your time. Genuine conversations, meaningful relationships, and moments that nourish the soul. These small moments become your new priorities. 60 is a call. Use your time wisely, choosing carefully where and with whom to invest your most valuable assets. Your time becomes even more meaningful. To live fully, it is no longer about saying yes to everything. Sometimes, true strength lies in learning to say no. Saying no to unnecessary activities, draining relationships, and soul-depleting pursuits. That is true freedom. At this age, not only do you recognize the value of time, but you also rediscover your own true values. Money, fame, status. These begin to lose their importance. Instead, sincerity, friendship, family love, and inner peace take their rightful place. An inner calm grows within you. Own less, but value more. Now, waking up every morning, sipping a cup of coffee, or watching the sunrise feels like a tremendous blessing. It's no longer the grandeur of life that captivates you, but the miracles found in simplicity. Sometimes it's a warm conversation with a friend, a child's laughter, or the quiet carried by the evening breeze. These become life's greatest treasures as the years go by. At 60, life teaches you the most precious things are invisible to the eye and impossible to measure. They can only be felt, and over time, these feelings become life's most valuable treasures. Remember, whatever you focus on shapes your life. The priorities you choose now will make every moment richer and more meaningful. Time is fleeting, but how you live it, that is your choice. At 60, you deeply realize a powerful truth. The burdens of life are often the worries we create within ourselves. In our youth, we tend to magnify small events, take every glance, every word, every failure to heart. But over the years, we understand, in the grand picture of life, most of these worries are just drops in the ocean. Your way of thinking changes. You no longer react to every minor issue, seek an answer to every word, or carry every misunderstanding in your heart. Instead, you start to see the deeper, more important layers of life. Letting go of small troubles is not just about staying calm. It is an art of preserving your energy. Inner peace becomes your most precious treasure. You no longer feel the need to care about every opinion, intervene in every event, or panic at every failure. In their place comes composure, patience, and calmness. You know now, sometimes the greatest response is simply to stay silent and move on. This shift also impacts your daily life. By the end of the day, you no longer focus on failures, but on the beauties you experienced. Gratitude for the moments gained takes priority over regret for missed opportunities. This transformation in thinking turns you into a being that rushes less, sees more, and understands deeper. Your eyes see more clearly, your heart feels more deeply. Instead of getting lost in small problems, you develop the ability to see the beauty of life's bigger picture, and a person begins to realize that the things that truly matter are very simple: health, the presence of loved ones, inner peace, and living with gratitude. Life itself is a miracle, and it is not worth casting shadows over this miracle with small worries. Strength does not come from trying to control everything. True strength comes from being able to let go of what we cannot control, and this will make you freer, lighter, and happier. Reaching the age of 60 is not just about looking back and reminiscing about memories. It is also an opportunity to approach your health with new love and respect. Our bodies have worked alongside us for decades, protecting and carrying us. Now it is time to care for them, to repay our debt of gratitude. At this age, the topic of health shines even brighter. You realize that energy is not infinite. Waking up every morning, feeling well, walking, breathing, these are not just ordinary acts, they are priceless gifts. This is the time to stop dwelling on past mistakes and missed opportunities and start looking forward. It is never too late to start anew. For a healthy body and a vibrant spirit, eating healthier, engaging in daily physical activities, breathing fresh air, and making time for stress-relieving activities. These are the main pillars of your new life reform. Going to the gym, taking long walks, strengthening body and spirit through yoga and breathing exercises. These are not only ways to stay healthy, but also expressions of self-love. Every movement, every healthy choice sends the message, I value myself. Fighting stress becomes even more important at this age. We now know that reacting to every worrying only leads to wasted energy. Thus, calmness, mindful breathing, and thinking with greater tranquility take center stage. Sometimes, the best medicine for health is simply trusting the flow of life. It is never too late to make a change that will beautify your life. Even if you start with small steps now, your future self will thank you. Your health is the source of your life energy. Investing in it is the purest expression of love for yourself and your loved ones. Becoming friends with your body and soul is one of the greatest treasures you can attain, and protecting that friendship is in your hands. Seneca wisely said, a healthy mind lives in a healthy body. Therefore, caring for yourself is the beginning of the path to wisdom. The simplicity of life is the appreciation of the present moment. Turning 60 is an invitation to step away from the chaotic rush and to touch the pure essence of life. Now, you realize that true happiness is not found in complex goals, endless desires, or grand successes. It is found in the simplest of things. Every opened window in the morning, every cup of tea, every sincere smile from a loved one turns into one of life's most precious moments. At this age, you understand there is no need to search for great happiness. It has always been right beside you. You just needed to pause, breathe, and feel it. Simplicity is the real wealth of life. The fewer desires and needs a person has, the more the soul finds peace. Now, the desire is not to gain more but to find more tranquility. Moments that once seemed insignificant now feel like priceless gifts. The glow of the evening sun, a simple conversation with friends, the gentle breeze felt during a walk. Simplicity also frees a person from stress. There is no longer a need to dramatize every issue or turn every small problem into a storm. Life flows on, events come and go. What matters is to pass through these events without losing your inner peace. At this age, a person begins to understand that every day, every moment is a miracle, and there is no need for grand reasons to appreciate this miracle. Simply living, existing, breathing, these are immense blessings. The most beautiful memories are born within these simple moments. Slowing down the pace of life, cherishing each moment, and nourishing the soul with this tranquility. These are among the greatest gifts that turning 60 brings, because the most beautiful music of life is often hidden within silence. Life is not made up of grand events. Life consists of simple yet precious moments, one after another. To feel those moments, to live them, and to be grateful, that is the true art of living. Marcus Aurelius said, the beauty of life is in small things. You only need to pause and look to see them. Reaching the age of 60 does not mean the end of dreams. On the contrary, sometimes at this age, dreams are born in a purer and more meaningful way. Now a person knows that every moment of life is a new chance for a beginning. It is no longer time to set goals for the sake of how others see you, but rather to listen to the voice of your own soul. This age is not a time to dwell on missed opportunities of the past, but an ideal time to create new opportunities. Who said only the young can create new ideas? In truth, the experience and wisdom that come with age shape dreams in a healthier, more meaningful form. Now, there is more courage, more calmness, and deeper thinking to bring an idea to life. Sometimes new goals emerge, like learning a new language, writing a book, painting, gardening, or finally taking that long-desired journey. And it is never too late to realize these dreams. On the contrary, every new skill gained, every new experience embraced at this age brings more vitality and rejuvenates the soul. The soul does not age, only the body yields to time. The soul continues to live through dreams and new purposes. That is why 60 is the perfect time to challenge yourself, to rediscover your strength, and to unleash your inner potential. Most importantly, The goals set at this age are no longer about being seen by the world, but about living true to the soul. This makes a person calmer, freer, and more authentic. Never forget this. Age is not a limitation for dreaming and setting new goals. It is an advantage, with the experience brought by the years. You can live your soul's brightness and your dream's clarity even more fully, and every new step you take today will make you spiritually even younger. I cannot pass without sharing a thought from the famous philosopher Epictetus. It is easy to dream when young, but staying true to dreams as you grow older. That is true courage. Upon reaching 60, a person understands that the desire to be perfect is actually the heaviest burden on the soul. Now it is time to gently lay down that burden. You come to accept that the beauty of life is hidden within its imperfection. Every mistake, every flaw, they are inseparable parts of being human. This age teaches you to be more compassionate with yourself. Being able to say to yourself, I am valuable with all my actions and mistakes, is the beginning of true inner strength. Where once a person tried to prove themselves, now simply existing, simply breathing, is enough. Inner peace comes when life's flow is accepted without force. The desire to change, fix, or perfect everything fades away. Instead, the ability to step in harmony with life's natural rhythm arises, moving with the flow, not against it. This is not just comfort, it is also great freedom. Mistakes are no longer a source of shame, but opportunities to learn. Flaws are no longer something to hide, but an inherent part of being human. Accepting life as it is, this is the shortest path to happiness. The most beautiful part is that, at this age, a person understands this. Life is not a race. It's not about how fast, how right, or how much you achieve. It's about how you feel and how you live. Embracing life, with its mistakes, flaws, and all experiences, in stillness. That is true strength. Remember, life finds its true rhythm in stillness. And the moment you stop trying to be perfect, you become the most powerful version of your soul. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. See you again soon.